Baruch haba. Welcome to another Torah portion reading. This one is Ki Tisa, which means when you take. It is Exodus 30, verse 11 through chapter 34, verse 35. And so we'll begin. Then Yahovah spoke to Moshe, saying, When you take the census of the children of Israel for their number, then every man shall give a ransom for himself to Yahovah when you number them, that there may be no plague among them when you number them. This is what everyone among those who are numbered shall give, half a shekel, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 gerahs. The half shekel shall be an offering to Yahovah, everyone included among those who are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give an offering to Yahovah. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel, when you give an offering to Yahovah to make atonement for yourselves. And you shall take the atonement money of the children of Israel, and shall appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of meeting, that it may be a memorial for the children of Israel before Yahovah to make atonement for yourselves. Then Yahovah spoke to Moshe, saying, You shall also make a laver of bronze, with its base also of bronze for washing. You shall put it between the tabernacle of meeting and the altar, and you shall put water in it. For Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet in water from it, when they go into the tabernacle of meeting, or when they come near the altar to minister, to burn an offering made by fire to Yahovah. They shall wash with water, lest they die. So they shall wash their hands and their feet, lest they die, and it shall be a statute forever to them, to him, and his descendants throughout their generations. Moreover, Yahovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Also take for yourself quality spices, 500 shekels of liquid myrrh, half as much sweet-smelling cinnamon, 250 shekels, 250 shekels of sweet-smelling cane, 500 shekels of cassia, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, and a hin of olive oil. And you shall make from these a holy anointing oil, an ointment compounded according to the art of the perfumer. It shall be a holy anointing oil. With it you shall anoint the tabernacle of meeting, the Alef Tav, the ark of the testimony, the table and all its utensils, the lampstand and its utensils, the Alef Tav, and the altar of incense, the altar of burnt offering with all its utensils, and the laver and its base. You shall consecrate them, that they may be most holy. Whatever touches them must be holy. And you shall anoint Aaron and his sons, and consecrate them, that they may minister to me as priests. And you shall speak to the children of Israel, saying, This shall be a holy anointing oil to me throughout your generations. It shall not be poured on man's flesh, nor shall you make any other like it, according to its composition. It is holy, and it shall be holy to you. Whoever compounds any like it, or whoever puts any of it on an outsider, shall be cut off from his people. And Yahovah said to Moshe, Take sweet spices, stacked, and onyx, and galbanum and pure frankincense. With these sweet spices there shall be equal amounts of each. You shall make of these an incense, a compound according to the art of the perfumer, salted, pure, and holy. And you shall beat some of it very fine, and put some of it before the testimony, in the tabernacle of meeting, where I will meet with you. It shall be most holy to you. But as for the incense which you shall make, you shall not make any for yourselves. According to its composition, it shall be to you holy for Yahovah. Whoever makes any like it, to smell it, he shall be cut off from his people. Chapter 31. Then Yahovah spoke to Moshe, saying, See, I have called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and I have filled him with the spirit of Elohim in wisdom, in understanding, in knowledge, and in all workmanship, to design artistic works, to work in gold, in silver, in bronze, in cutting jewels for setting, in carving wood, and to work in all workmanship. And I have appointed with him the Alef Tav, Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan. And I have put wisdom in the hearts of all the gifted artisans, that they may make Alef Tav all that I have commanded you, the Alef Tav tabernacle of meeting, the ark of the testimony, and the mercy seat that is on it, Alef Tav, and all the furniture of the tabernacle, the table and its utensils, the pure gold lampstand with all its utensils, the Alef Tav altar of incense, the altar of burnt offering with all its utensils, and the laver and its base, the Alef Tav garments of ministry, the holy garments for Aaron, the priest, and the garments of his sons to minister as priests. And the Alef Tav, the anointing oil, the sweet incense for the holy place, according to all that I have commanded you, they shall do. 7. And Yahovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak also to the children of Israel, saying, Surely my Sabbaths you shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that you may know that I am Yahovah, who sanctifies you. You shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy to you. Everyone who profanes it shall surely be put to death. For whoever does any work on it, that person shall be cut off from among his people. Work shall be done for 6 days, but the 7th is the Sabbath of rest, holy to Yahovah. Whoever does any work on the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Therefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations as a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days Yahovah made the heavens and the earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. And when he had made an end of speaking with him on Mount Sinai, he gave Moshe 2 tablets of the testimony, tablets of stone, written with the finger of God. Chapter 32. Now when the people saw that Moses delayed coming down from the mountain, the people gathered together to Aaron and said to him, Come, make us gods that shall go before us. For as for this Moses, the man who brought us up out of the land of Mitzrayim, we do not know what has become of him. And Aaron said to them, Break off the golden earrings which are in your ears of your wives, your sons, and your daughters, and bring them to me. So all the people broke off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aaron. And he received from their hand, and he fashioned it with an engraving tool, and made a molded calf. Then they said, This is your Elohim, O Israel, that brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim. So when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it, and Aaron made a proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to Yahovah. Then they rose early on the next day, offered burnt offerings, and brought peace offerings, and the people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. And Yahovah said to Moses, Go, get down, for your people whom you have brought out of the land of Mitzrayim have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made themselves a molded calf, and worshipped it, and sacrificed to it, and said, This is your Elohim, O Israel, that brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim. And Yahovah said to Moshe, I have seen this people, and indeed it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore, let me alone, that my wrath may burn hot against them, and I may consume them, and I will make of you a great nation. Then Moshe pleaded with Yahovah Elohav, and said, Yahovah, why does your wrath burn hot against your people, whom you have brought out of the land of Mitzrayim, with great power and with a mighty hand? Why should the Egyptians speak and say, He brought them out to harm them, to kill them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from your fierce wrath, and relent from this harm to your people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, your servants, to whom you swore by your own self, and said to them, I will multiply your descendants as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of I'll give to your descendants, and they shall inherit it forever. So Yahovah relented, literally repented from the harm which he said he would do to his people. And Moshe turned and went down from the mountain, and the 2 tablets of the testimony were in his hand. The tablets were written on both sides. On the one side and on the other they were written. Now the tablets were the work of God, and the writing was the writing of Elohim engraved on the tablets. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said to Moshe, There is a noise of war in the camp. But he said, It is not the voice or the noise of the shout of victory, nor the noise or the voice of the cry of defeat, but the sound of singing I hear. So it was, as soon as he came near the camp, that he saw the calf and the dancing. So Moses' anger became hot, and he cast the tablets out of his hands, and broke them at the foot of the mountain. Then he took the calf, which they had made, burned it in the fire, and ground it to powder, and he scattered it on the water, and made the children of Israel drink it. And Moshe said to Aaron, What did this people do to you, that you have brought so great a sin upon them? So Aaron said, Do not let the anger of my Lord become hot. You know the people, that they are set on evil. For they said to me, Make us gods that shall go before us. As for this Moses, the man who brought us out of the land of Mitzrayim, we do not know what has become of him. And I said to them, Whoever has any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it to me, and I cast it into the fire, and this calf came out. Now when Moses saw that the people were unrestrained, for Aaron had not restrained them, to their shame among their enemies, then Moshe stood at the entrance of the camp and said, Whoever is on Yahovah's side, come to me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves unto him. And he said to them, Thus says Yahovah, Elohai of Israel, Let every man put his sword on his side, and go in and out from entrance to entrance throughout the camp, and let every man kill his brother, every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. So the sons of Levi did according to the words of Moshe, and about 3,000 men of the people fell that day. Then Moshe said, Consecrate yourselves today to Yahovah, that he may bestow on you a blessing this day. For every man has opposed his son and his brother. Now it came to pass on the next day that Moshe said to the people, You have committed a great sin. So now I will go up to Yahovah. Perhaps I can make atonement for your sin. Then Moshe returned to Yahovah and said, Oh, these people have committed a great sin, and have made for themselves a god of gold. Yet now, if you will forgive or bear their sin, but if not, I pray, blot me out of your book which you have written. And Yahovah said to Moshe, Whoever has sinned against me, I will blot him out of my book. Now therefore, go, lead the people to the place of which I have spoken to you. Behold, my angel shall go before you. Nevertheless, in the day when I visit for punishment, I will visit punishment upon them for their sin. So Yahovah plagued the people because of what they did with the calf which Aaron made. Chapter 33. Then Yahovah said to Moshe, Depart and go up from here, you and the people whom you have brought out of the land of Mitzrayim to the land of which I swore to Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, saying, To your descendants I will give it, and I will send my angel before you, and I will drive out the Canaanite, and the Amorite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite. Go up to a land flowing with milk and honey, for I will not go up in your midst, lest I consume you on the way, for you are a stiff-necked people. And when the people heard this bad news, they mourned, and no one put on his ornaments. For Yahovah had said to Moshe, Say to the children of Israel, You are a stiff-necked people. I should come up into your midst in one moment. I could come up into your midst in one moment and consume you. Now therefore, take off your ornaments, that I may know what to do to you. So the children of Israel stripped themselves of their ornaments by Mount Horeb. Moses took his tent and pitched it outside the camp, far from the camp, and called it the tabernacle of meeting. And it came to pass that everyone who sought Yahovah went out to the tabernacle of meeting, which was outside the camp. So it was, whenever Moshe went out to the tabernacle, that all the people rose, and each man stood at his tent door, and watched Moshe until he had gone into the tabernacle. And it came to pass, when Moshe entered the tabernacle, that the pillar of cloud descended and stood at the door of the tabernacle, and talked with Moses. All the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the tabernacle door, and all the people rose and worshipped, each man in his tent door. So Yahovah spoke to Moshe face to face, as a man speaks to his friend, and he would return to the camp. But his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, did not depart from the tabernacle. Then Moshe said to Yahovah, See, you say to me, Bring up this people, but you have not let me know the Alef Tav, whom you will send with me. Yet you have said, I know you by name, and you have also found grace in my sight. Now therefore I pray, if I have found grace in your sight, show me now your path or way, that I may know you, and that I may find grace in your sight. And consider that this nation is your people. And he said, My presence, or literally face, will go with you, and I will give you rest. Then he said to him, If your presence or face does not go, do not bring us up from here. For how then will it be known that your people and I have found grace in your sight, except you go with us? So we shall be separate, your people and I, from all the people who are upon the face of the earth. So Yahovah said to Moshe, I will also do this thing that you have spoken, for you have found grace in my sight, and I know you by name. And he said, Please show me your glory. Then he said, I will make all my goodness pass before you, and I will proclaim the name of Yahovah before you. I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. But he said, You cannot see my face, for no man shall see me and live. And Yahovah said, Here is a place by me, you shall stand on the rock. So it shall be, while my glory passes by, that I will put you in the cleft of the rock, and will cover you with my hand while I pass by. Then I will take away my hand, and you shall see my back, but my face shall not be seen. Chapter 34. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Cut 2 tablets of stone like the first ones, and I will write on these tablets the words that were on the first tablets which you broke. So be ready in the morning, and come up in the morning to Mount Sinai, and present yourself to me there on the top of the mountain. And no man shall come up with you, and let no man be seen throughout all the mountain. Let neither flocks nor herds feed before that mountain. So he cut 2 tablets of stone like the first. Then Moshe rose early in the morning and went up Mount Sinai, as Yahweh had commanded him, and he took in his hand the 2 tablets of stone. Now Yahweh descended in the cloud and stood with him there, and proclaimed the name of Yahweh. And Yahweh passed before him and proclaimed, Yahweh, Yahweh, El Rahum v'Hanun, merciful and gracious, abundantly patient, and abounding in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, bearing iniquity and transgression and sin, by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and the children's children, to the 3rd and 4th generation. This keeping mercy, notes here, this noon right here is enlarged in the Torah. Okay. So Moshe made haste and bowed his head toward the earth and worshipped. Then he said, If now I have found grace in your sight, Adonai, let my Adonai, I pray, go among us, even though we are a stiff-necked people, and pardon our iniquity and our sin, and take us as your inheritance. And he said, Behold, I make a covenant before all your people. I will do marvels such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation, and all the people among whom you are shall see the work of Yahweh. For it is an awesome thing that I will do with you. Observe what I command you, or, literally, Shmar Lacha Alef Tav et. Guard for yourselves the Alef Tav. Observe what I command you this day. Behold, I am driving out from before you the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Hittite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite. Take heed to yourself, lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land where you are going, lest it be a snare in your midst. But you shall destroy their altars, break their pillars, and cut down their wooden images. For you shall worship no other Elohim. For Yahweh, whose name is jealous, or Kana, is Elkanah, lest you make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they play the harlot with their gods, and make sacrifice to their gods, and one of them invites you, and you eat of his sacrifice. And you take of his daughters for your sons, and his daughters play the harlot with their gods, and make your sons play the harlot with their gods. There was another, this resh here is an enlarged resh in the Torah. They write it larger. Verse 17, You shall make no molded gods for yourselves. The feast of unleavened bread ye shall keep. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread, as I commanded you, in the appointed time of the month of Aviv. For in the month of Aviv you came out from Mitzrayim. All that open the womb are mine, and every male firstborn among your livestock, whether ox or sheep. But the firstborn of a donkey you shall redeem with a lamb. And if you will not redeem him, then you shall break its neck. All the firstborn of your sons you shall redeem, and none shall appear before me empty-handed. 6 days you shall work, but on the 7th day you shall rest. In plowing time and in harvest you shall rest. And you shall observe the Feast of Weeks, or Hag Shavuot, of the firstfruits of wheat harvest, and the Feast of Ingathering at the year's end. 3 times in the year all your men shall appear before Ha'adon, Yahovah Elohai Israel, for I will cast out the Goyim before you, and enlarge your borders. Neither will any man covet your land when you go up to appear before Yahovah Elohecha 3 times in the year. You shall not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven, nor shall the sacrifice of the feast of the Passover be left until morning. The first of the firstfruits of your land you shall bring to the house of Yahovah Elohecha. You shall not boil a young goat in its mother's milk. When Yahovah said to Moshe, write these words, for according to the tenor of these words I have made a covenant with you and with Israel. So he was there with Yahovah 40 days and 40 nights. He neither ate bread nor drank water, and he wrote on the tablet the Alef Tav words of the covenant, the 10 commandments, or 10 words. Now it was so, when Moshe came down from Mount Sinai, and the 2 tablets of the testimony were in the hands of Moshe when he came down from the mountain, that Moshe did not know that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him. So when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moshe, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come near him. Then Moshe called to them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned to him, and Moshe talked with him. Afterward all the children of Israel came near, and he gave them as commandments, Alef Tav, all that Yahovah had spoken with him on Mount Sinai. And when Moshe had finished speaking with them, he put a veil on his face. But whenever Moses went in before Yahovah to speak with him, he would take the veil off until he came out, and he would come out and speak to the children of Israel, whatever Alef Tav had commanded. And whenever the children of Israel saw the face of Moshe, that the skin of the face of Moshe shone, then Moshe would put the veil on his face again until he went in to speak with him. That is the end of Tisa, Torah portion. The Haftorah part is 1 Kings 18, 1-39, if you want to read the Haftorah portion. Thanks for joining us. Have a blessed week.